If your ankles swell so much by evening that your shoes feel tight, your legs feel heavy, and your socks leave deep marks behind, you are not alone, and you are not imagining it. For many people, this type of swelling feels very different from the mild puffiness that might happen after a long car ride or a day spent standing. It can feel uncomfortable, frustrating, and sometimes even unsettling. You may notice that your legs feel achy or tired, or that they don't quite feel like your own by the end of the day. While occasional swelling can be harmless, persistent or significant swelling is worth paying attention to, not with panic and not with self-blame, but with curiosity and awareness. Your body is communicating something about how fluid is moving, or not moving, through your system. Understanding that message is often the first step towards supporting your body more effectively and feeling more comfortable in your own skin. Understanding what evening leg swelling really means. Swelling in the lower legs and ankles commonly occurs because gravity pulls fluid downward throughout the day. Every time you sit, stand, or remain still for long periods, fluid naturally tends to collect in the lowest parts of the body. Under ideal conditions, your circulatory and lymphatic systems continuously move that fluid back upward, returning it to the heart and filtering systems to be processed and redistributed. However, when circulation, muscle activity, vessel tone, or lymphatic flow is less efficient, fluid can linger in the tissues longer than it should. This lingering shows up as swelling, heaviness, and indentation marks from socks or shoes. Importantly, this does not automatically mean something dangerous is happening. In many cases, it reflects a system that is under strain or lacking sufficient support, rather than one that is failing. Reframing swelling as a circulation and movement issue, rather than a cosmetic concern, can be empowering. It shifts the focus away from hiding symptoms and toward understanding what your body needs. Instead of searching for quick fixes, you can begin to explore gentle habits that support fluid movement and overall comfort. Why simply elevating your legs isn't always enough. Leg elevation is one of the most common recommendations for swelling, and for good reason. Raising the legs allows gravity to assist fluid in moving back toward the center of the body. Many people do experience temporary relief when they elevate their legs, especially after a long day. But elevation alone is a passive strategy. It relies on gravity without engaging the systems that actively move fluid, muscles, blood vessels, and lymphatic pathways. If those systems are sluggish, overworked, or undersupported, swelling may return as soon as you resume your normal position. This can be discouraging, particularly if you feel like you're doing everything right. You may cut back on salt, put your legs up every evening, and still wake up to the same cycle the next day. This doesn't mean you failed or that your body is broken. It simply means that your system may need more comprehensive, gentle support rather than a single solution. The importance of a whole system. Perspective swelling is rarely caused by one isolated factor. It reflects how multiple systems in the body interact. Muscles, blood vessels, lymphatic channels, kidneys, hormones, and daily habits all play a role. Stress levels, hydration, movement patterns, and even sleep quality can influence how fluid moves and settles in the body. A whole system perspective acknowledges that no single habit will fix swelling overnight. Instead, progress often comes from layering small, supportive practices that work together. This approach is slower, but it is also kinder and more sustainable. Nighttime routines are especially valuable because they coincide with the body's natural shift from activity to repair. Evening is a built-in pause point, a chance to help your system reset before the next day. The goal is not to aggressively drain your legs, but to create conditions that allow your body to rebalance itself more comfortably and efficiently. Starting with internal balance, not restriction. When swelling appears, many people immediately focus on eliminating salt or drastically changing their diet. While sodium balance does matter, overly restrictive approaches can sometimes backfire. Cutting salt too aggressively may disrupt electrolyte balance, increase stress hormones, or even make fluid regulation less stable. Instead of thinking in terms of deprivation, it can be more helpful to think in terms of balance and nourishment. Adequate hydration earlier in the day helps the body regulate fluid more effectively. When the body senses dehydration, it may hold on to fluid more tightly, paradoxically increasing swelling. A diet that includes a variety of whole foods, vegetables, fruits, legumes, lean proteins, and healthy fats provides naturally occurring minerals that support fluid balance. Regular meals also help regulate hormones that influence circulation and kidney function. If you have known kidney, heart, or vascular conditions, or if swelling appears suddenly or worsens rapidly, dietary changes should always be discussed with a healthcare professional. Self-care strategies are supportive, not a substitute for medical guidance when it's needed. Supporting relaxation before bed. Tension in the body affects circulation more than many people realize. When muscles are tight and the nervous system is overstimulated, blood vessels can become less responsive. This makes it harder for fluid to move efficiently, even when you're resting. A calm pre-bed environment helps signal to your body that it is safe to shift into rest and repair mode. Dim lighting, reduced screen exposure, and consistent bedtime routines can gently lower nervous system arousal. Slow, steady breathing, especially breathing that emphasizes long exhales, can further encourage relaxation. This nervous system support may feel subtle, but it lays the groundwork for everything else. When the body feels safe and calm, circulation tends to become more adaptive and responsive. Gentle temperature contrast for circulation, awareness. Some people find that gentle temperature changes help their legs feel lighter and more comfortable in the evening. Alternating warm and cool water on the feet and lower legs can increase sensory awareness and encourage vascular responsiveness. Warm water tends to promote relaxation and surface circulation, while brief exposure to cooler water may encourage vessels to gently constrict and adapt. The emphasis here is on comfort, not intensity. Water should never be painfully hot or uncomfortably cold. The purpose is not to shock the body or force fluid movement, but to invite awareness and responsiveness. Even a few minutes of gentle contrast can help you feel more connected to your legs and more attuned to how circulation responds to sensory input. Making movement part of elevation. Elevation becomes significantly more effective when paired with gentle movement. Simply placing your legs up may feel restful, but adding small controlled motions activates the muscles that assist fluid return. Slowly pointing and flexing your feet while your legs are elevated engages the calf muscles, which play a major role in pumping fluid upward. You might also make gentle ankle circles or lightly bend and straighten your knees. These movements should feel easy and unforced. Even 2 to 5 minutes of mindful movement can enhance the effects of elevation. Rather than exhausting the muscles, the goal is to remind them of their role and encourage rhythmic activity. Why calf muscles matter so much? The calf muscles are often referred to as a second heart because of their role in assisting circulation. Every time you walk, they contract and relax, helping push blood and lymphatic fluid back toward the heart. When you spend long periods sitting or standing without movement, these muscle pumps become less active. Over time, fluid can accumulate more easily in the lower legs. This is especially common in people whose work requires prolonged stillness. Supporting calf muscle activity doesn't require intense exercise. Regular walking, gentle stretching, and occasional ankle movements throughout the day can help maintain this natural pumping rhythm. In the evening, light activation is usually sufficient and less likely to interfere with sleep. Touch as a tool for awareness and comfort. Massage is often thought of as a luxury, but gentle touch can be a powerful tool for comfort and body awareness. Slow, upward strokes from the feet toward the knees follow the natural direction of fluid return and can feel grounding and reassuring. The pressure should always be comfortable. Aggressive or painful techniques are unnecessary and may increase tension rather than relieve it. What matters most is the intention, slow, mindful contact that encourages relaxation and awareness. Self-massage can also help you notice patterns, areas of tightness, tenderness, or temperature differences that offer clues about how your body is responding. This awareness fosters a sense of partnership with your body rather than frustration toward it. Choosing oils thoughtfully and safely. Some people enjoy using plant-based oils or light aromatics during massage or evening routines. If you choose to do this, safety and simplicity are key. Products should be diluted appropriately and used only if you know your skin tolerates them well. The purpose of using oil is comfort and ease, not a medicinal effect. Slippery textures reduce friction and allow slower, more soothing movements. If you have sensitive skin, allergies, or vascular conditions, fragrance-free options may be the best choice. When in doubt, less is more. A simple, neutral oil used with intention can be just as effective as more complex blends. Compression as support, not force. Compression garments can be helpful for some individuals, but they are not a one-size-fits-all solution. Light, comfortable compression may provide a sense of support during rest or gentle activity, while stronger compression is typically reserved for daytime use and specific medical situations. Garments that are too tight, restrictive, or uncomfortable can impair circulation rather than support it. Numbness, tingling, or increased discomfort are signs that compression may not be appropriate or properly fitted. The guiding principle should always be ease and comfort. Compression should feel supportive, not confining. Paying attention to how clothing feels. Your body gives immediate, practical feedback when something is not working well. Clothing is one of the most direct ways this feedback shows up. If socks leave deep indentations, if waistbands feel tight by evening, or if garments cause tingling, numbness, or discomfort, these sensations are not random. They are signals. Clothing that feels restrictive can interfere with circulation and lymphatic flow, especially during rest and sleep, when the body is meant to recover rather than compensate. Comfort is often dismissed as a luxury, but in reality, it is information. When your body feels constrained, it responds with tension and resistance. Over time, ignoring these signals can contribute to increased discomfort, disrupted circulation, and even poor sleep quality. Choosing clothing that supports your body without cutting into it is a simple but meaningful way to reduce unnecessary strain. This doesn't mean clothing needs to be oversized or shapeless. It means prioritizing fabrics, fits, and designs that allow your body to move and breathe naturally. Paying attention to how clothing feels at the end of the day, not just when you first put it on, can help you make choices that support comfort and circulation over time. Evening. Hydration habits that support rest. Hydration plays a nuanced role in how the body manages fluid, especially in the evening. Drinking adequate fluids earlier in the day helps maintain balanced circulation and supports kidney function. When hydration is consistent, the body is less likely to hold on to fluid defensively. On the other hand, consuming large amounts of fluid right before bed can create its own challenges. Nighttime discomfort, frequent waking to use the bathroom, and disrupted sleep can all interfere with the body's natural repair processes. This doesn't mean restricting fluids rigidly, but rather cultivating awareness around timing. Many people find it helpful to gradually taper fluid intake as evening approaches, while ensuring they are well hydrated earlier in the day. Warm, soothing beverages earlier in the evening may feel more supportive than cold drinks late at night. The goal is balance, not strict rules. By observing how your body responds to different hydration patterns, you can adjust in a way that supports both comfort and rest. Sleep position and circulation. Sleep posture influences circulation more than many people realize. Because sleep lasts several hours, even subtle pressure or misalignment can have cumulative effects. Positions that compress the hips, thighs, or knees can restrict blood flow and lymphatic movement, especially if maintained throughout the night. For side sleepers, placing a pillow between the knees helps keep the hips aligned and reduces pressure through the pelvis and legs. This small adjustment can ease strain and improve comfort by morning. For back sleepers, placing a small cushion or pillow under the calves can provide gentle support and may reduce the sensation of heaviness in the legs. These adjustments are not about achieving a perfect position, but about reducing unnecessary pressure. Over time, supportive sleep positioning can contribute to better circulation and more restorative rest. The role of long-term habits. Even the most thoughtful nighttime routine works best when it complements supportive daytime habits. Circulation thrives on regular movement. Walking, gentle stretching, and periodic changes in posture help activate the muscles that assist fluid return. Long periods of immobility, whether sitting or standing, reduce muscle pump activity, especially in the lower legs. Over time, this can make swelling more likely. The solution doesn't need to be intense or time-consuming. Short movement breaks, ankle circles, or brief walks throughout the day can make a meaningful difference. Consistency matters far more than intensity. Gentle habits practiced regularly create an environment where circulation functions more smoothly and efficiently. Understanding that swelling has many causes, it's important to recognize that leg swelling is not a single condition with a single cause. Hormonal changes, medications, dietary factors, activity levels, and underlying health conditions can all contribute. Sometimes swelling reflects temporary changes, other times it signals the need for medical evaluation. This complexity is why persistent, painful, asymmetrical, or sudden swelling should always be discussed with a healthcare professional. Self-care routines are valuable for comfort and support, but they are not diagnostic tools. A collaborative approach, combining self-awareness with professional guidance, ensures safety and clarity. Acknowledging multiple possible causes also helps reduce self-blame. Swelling is not a moral failing or a sign of weakness. It is a physiological response shaped by many factors, some within your control and others not. Supplements and caution. In the search for relief, many people encounter supplements marketed as solutions for circulation or swelling. While certain nutrients and plant compounds are being studied for vascular support, supplements are not inherently safe or appropriate for everyone. Dosage, interactions, individual health status, and existing medications all matter. What benefits one person may be ineffective or even harmful for another. This is especially true for people with cardiovascular, kidney, or metabolic conditions. Approaching supplements with caution and curiosity rather than urgency is wise. Any supplement use should be discussed with a qualified healthcare provider who understands your full health picture. There is rarely a single pill that replaces the benefits of consistent habits, movement, rest, and nourishment. Letting the body repair. During sleep is one of the body's most powerful repair states. During sleep, hormonal balance shifts, tissues recover, and fluid regulation becomes more efficient. When sleep quality improves, swelling often improves as well, not because of a single trick, but because the entire system functions more smoothly. Supporting good sleep hygiene makes a meaningful difference. Consistent sleep and wake times, a dark and cool environment, and a calming pre-bed routine help signal the body that it is time to rest. Reducing stimulation from screens and bright lights further supports this transition. Rather than viewing sleep as something to control, it can be helpful to see it as something to support. When the conditions are right, the body naturally moves toward repair, shifting from control to cooperation. Swelling often triggers frustration and a desire to force change. This mindset, while understandable, can increase stress and tension, both of which interfere with circulation. A more sustainable approach is cooperation. Cooperation means listening to your body's signals without judgment and responding with supportive actions rather than aggressive strategies. Gentle movement, thoughtful routines, and patience work together to create lasting change. This shift in mindset reduces emotional stress and fosters consistency. When care feels supportive rather than punitive, it becomes easier to maintain over time. Tracking patterns. Without obsession. Awareness is helpful, obsession is not. Noticing patterns, such as how swelling responds to movement, temperature, stress, or sleep, can provide valuable insights. These observations can guide adjustments to your routine and support more productive conversations with healthcare providers. The key is to observe without catastrophizing. Tracking does not need to be detailed or constant. Simple mental notes or occasional journaling can be enough. The goal is understanding, not vigilance. When to seek professional guidance. There are times when professional evaluation is essential. New, worsening, painful, or one-sided swelling, especially when accompanied by redness, warmth, shortness of breath, or sudden changes, should be addressed promptly by a healthcare provider. Seeking help is not a failure of self-care. It is an extension of it. Trusting professional guidance when needed reflects respect for your body and its complexity, building a nighttime ritual that feels human. A bedtime routine should feel caring, not clinical. It is an opportunity to reconnect with your body and acknowledge what it carried you through during the day. Whether your routine includes gentle movement, warmth, breath, or stillness, the tone matters. Kindness is a physiological signal. When you approach your body with patience and care, your nervous system responds. This response supports circulation, relaxation, and repair. Rituals don't need to be elaborate. A few consistent, intentional moments are often more powerful than complex routines that feel burdensome. Progress is usually gradual. Changes in circulation and comfort rarely happen overnight. Improvement tends to be subtle and cumulative. Some evenings will feel better than others. Fluctuations are normal and do not negate progress. Consistency and realistic expectations are essential. Viewing progress as a gradual process helps reduce frustration and supports long-term success. Reclaiming comfort without fear. Swelling can be uncomfortable and concerning, but it does not need to dominate your thoughts or define your evenings. Approaching it with curiosity rather than fear creates space for improvement without anxiety. Your body is adaptable and responsive. When given supportive conditions, movement, rest, nourishment, and care, it often responds positively. A closing thought on listening to your body. Your body communicates constantly, not to alarm you, but to guide you. Swelling is one of those messages. When you respond with attention, care, and informed support, you strengthen your relationship with your body rather than fighting it. That relationship, built on trust, patience, and understanding, is the foundation of long-term comfort, resilience, and well-being.